Lesson 3, Scientific Notation and Calculators. Our objective for this lesson is to be able to input numbers in scientific notation into a calculator so that you will be able to perform mathematical operations. This is a skill that you will need to use from now until the end of the semester. So let's get started. First, I would like you to take a look at your school calculator. In looking at the cover, you will notice that it will allow you to enter numbers that are in scientific notation by using the key marked times 10 to the n. Note that it is about 2 keys above the number 8 key. Pause the video now in order to find this key. Now that you have found this key, try to enter the number 5.25 times 10 to the 10th. You will punch the number portion in first, 5.25, then hit the times 10 to the n key, and now the exponent will be flashing, and you want to punch in 10. The display will show the number basically the same way as you would write it on paper. One thing to take note of is that this number, 5.25 times 10 to the 10th, is another way of writing the number 52,500,000,000. So really, this number is just one number. It's just written differently than you would normally write it in standard notation. It is not an operation, and it is not two separate numbers. Some important things about using your calculator. The first is that the calculator will automatically put any number that's too large or too small in scientific notation. If the number fits on the display easily, it will be written in standard notation. If not, it will be in scientific notation, so it is important to look at the entire list of numbers going across the display. Note if number has times 10 to a power, because that number should be in scientific notation. Also, when using the TI-30XS that you have, division can be a problem. In order to be able to divide and get a correct answer, you must use parentheses around the number that's in scientific notation, or use a fraction bar when dividing. Let's try some examples. These examples are going to mirror the problems that you are going to do in your problem set. The directions on your problem set will tell you to perform each problem by putting it into your calculator. It then asks you to write your answer in scientific notation. It then wants you to round it to 1 decimal place. Any number that you get out of your calculator, it is okay to round. As there is a set of rules for rounding that can be very complicated, we're going to just focus on the fact that you will pretty much be able to just round to 1 place past the decimal whenever you get an answer. Pause the video now and try these 3 examples. Okay, let's see what you've got. In this first example, 6.3 times 10 to the 5th plus 2.5 times 10 to the 6th, you would get on your calculator 3,130,000. Notice that the number was small enough for it to fit on the display, so it wrote it in standard notation. In order to follow the directions, we need to then write it in scientific notation and round it to 1 decimal point, which would be 3.1 times 10 to the 6th. The next problem, 2.4 times 10 to the 10th times 1.1 times 10 to the negative 4th gives us 2,640,000. Once again, the number is small enough in order to fit on the display in standard notation. In order to go along with the directions, we would then write it in scientific notation and round it to 1 decimal point. Therefore, we would have 2.6 times 10 to the 6th. And now for the last one. We have 5.3 times 10 to the negative 5th divided by 2.5 times 10 to the fourth. And this goes along with that second important point. You either want to use the parentheses around the numbers when dividing, or you want to put them in the way you see them here with the fraction bar. When you do, you get this number, 0.000000002. Just as the other examples, this number will fit on your display screen as regular standard notation. So to write it in scientific notation, we get 2 times 10 to the negative ninth. With this practice, you should now be able to complete the problem set.